Hey, it's Kasim with Solutions 8, and today I want to talk to you about conversion actions and how to choose the conversion action to optimize for. Now, there's oftentimes no right answer. Sometimes it's just a strategic decision. What I'm going to show you here is actually our campaign. We're running a promotion right now for a training that we're doing that you may have heard of, and this is called the 3X Shopify Challenge. Here's what's interesting about 3X Shopify Challenge. Here's the page that we're sending people to, and when somebody fills out this form, this is conversion point number 1. Bam. They just opted into the challenge, and now we are saying that they're registered. So we're going to call that a registered user. And if you look at, we've got a bunch of ads here, and you can see 3X registration. So this is conversion action number 1. But then we've got 3X purchase. And so if I were to actually buy this product here and plug in my information and, hand this company $33, then it counts as a 3X purchase. Now, what you'll find is, and this is obviously the case, there are far more registrations than there are purchases. And so anytime you have a two-tier conversion process, even if it's not necessarily this linear, but anytime you have a multi-step conversion process or multivariate conversion process, you have the opportunity to choose which conversion action you're tracking. My soft opinion is you should default to tracking all of them. And the reason we want to do that is because we're offering indications to Google as to who we are relevant to and for. And so you'll notice we did quite a bit in the way of split testing just to see which piece of media performed the best. And they actually all did pretty well, to be frank. And our cost per conversion is, anywhere between 20 and $30, 35, averaging looks like $35, which is technically a loss if you realize that most of these people didn't sign up. And so I think we were spending at last count $200 to get somebody to pay us $33. Now, obviously, there's a pivot there for us because once we get somebody in the challenge, our real goal is to ascend them to a recurring paying client. So this model makes a lot of sense for us. It can actually be really, really profitable. But the conversation we had this morning internally was next time we run this challenge, which we may do one every couple of months, maybe once a quarter, we are going to optimize against the purchase conversion only. I'm not telling you that's the correct decision to make. What I'm saying is that's going to be in our next test. So in this particular ad campaign, when we were, testing the efficacy of it, it was brand new. This funnel, we didn't know how it was going to perform. We needed to know the registration, and we needed to optimize for registration because the more people I could get to register, the more emails that I have, opportunities I have to nurture them, etc. Now, the other piece to keep in mind is just because somebody didn't buy here doesn't mean that they didn't buy. Once you've registered, you go into our email drip sequence, and it's buy, die, or unsubscribe. So we're going after people pretty aggressively. And if they purchase, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to show up in this particular tracking. So that's something to be aware of too. If you had a funnel like this one, you might look at the registration and realize, okay, I actually want to track registrations. I want to prioritize registrations because I know that on the back end, I can get people to convert via email, which has proven to be true for us too. But really what we want to do is we want to optimize for purchase. Especially now that we know what we know about some of the data. So the next round, we're going to optimize for purchase conversions. And that strategic decision hopefully will increase the number of purchases that we receive. It actually might decrease the number of registrations or at least deprioritize it. But that could be financially advantageous for us. So I just wanted to share this because I thought it was like a real world example of the type of conversion optimization that goes on inside of an ad agency. So we made a strategic decision that was the correct decision at the time to track all of the conversion actions. And now that we've identified the performance of this particular campaign, we're going to, the next time this happens, we're going to narrow that down a little bit and get a little bit more myopic in view. And you might get a video at that point saying, oh, we were wrong, go back. But I feel like this kind of real-time, tactile, tangible strategic discussion would be of value to you, sort of, lift the hood and start seeing how the sausage is made. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions or any ideas for me, maybe you can help me improve my campaign. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the flippity flop. Don't forget to subscribe.